What is going on, you guys? Yeah, early morning live stream. Early morning live stream. Hold up, what's going on here? Shakur Stevenson looked absolutely superb last night. I'm going to go ahead and send you the link in 1 second, bro. Let me go ahead and cook for a second. Shakur Stevenson looked absolutely superb last night against Jamil Simplified Hearing. Absolutely superb. Go ahead, wait till some more people get in the building. Salute to Kofi's Universe. I see you in the building. What's going on, man? Shakur Stevenson looked phenomenal last night. Man. I mean, that was his breakout performance, if you ask me. That was his coming out party. That was the fight right there that's going to put Shakur Stevenson, on the map. It really reminded me a lot of Pretty Boy Floyd. Of course, except he's a southpaw. But nonetheless, it's very similar to how Pretty Boy Floyd fought. Just surgical. What's going on, Lawrence James? I see you in the building. Man, we got to wait till some more people get up in here. Hit that bell icon. YouTube don't like to send out these notifications. We got some shit to talk about. We got to talk about what Spence had to say. What's going on, LT? I see you in the building. Yeah. Spence, I like that. I like that energy. We're going to talk about it, but I love it. I love that energy. He said, man, I ain't looking for no tune-ups, no soft touches. I'm walking right back into the fire. You know what I'm saying? Detached retina or not. Broken arm, one arm. I'm going right back to war. That's what Errol Spence said. So we're going to talk about it. Man. Hey, man, Shakur is my guy, man. But for that particular fight, I usually tend to go for the older guy and the underdog. And Jamil Herring, he's a nice guy, man. He's a cool dude. I was rooting for him, man. But I knew it was a tall order going up in there against Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson did a good job of, just getting people interested to the fight, being that villain. And, I mean, Shakur Stevenson, bro, who could beat him? Who can beat him, Lawrence James? Who could beat him? I don't see there's only 3 guys from his division on up to maybe junior welterweight that I can see could compete with this kid, bro. And it's Lomachenko, Tank, and Devin. That's it. I don't see nobody else. Nobody else. He said, but shit, you need some more new minds, Jesus. One of them put me in timeout for making a joke about. Hey, man, y'all can't be put my man LT in timeout, man. LT, actually, he needs to be a mod any damn way. Y'all can't be putting my man LT, he's a Spence guy, but you can't just be putting him in timeout because of his opinion. It's a little different. He got to stand his ground too, Hey, man, Stevenson is next level talent, bro. I am just like in awe from what I saw. I mean, it looked like Pretty Boy fucking Floyd. It looked like Pretty Boy Floyd. I mean, Jamil Herring, nobody would have beat that Shakur last night. Nobody. It's not that Jamil Herring is a bad fighter or anything of the sort. No, who was going to compete with that last night? Other than maybe a Lomachenko that fought Nakatani. Nobody. You got to have the brains to be able to deal with that type of shit. You got to have the brains to deal with that. Jamil Herring, right away, he set the tone. The first round, he set the tone of the fight. You knew right away within the first 45 seconds that this was going to be a long night for Jamil Herring. Shakur Stevenson didn't let him get away with nothing. Razor sharp, laser focus. I mean, he was landing like 50% of his shots and shit, man. Looked like a mini Floyd, bro. They were saying that Dev is the next Pretty Boy, but not necessarily. I think it's Shakur. Just skill level beyond his years. This was similar to Floyd fighting Gennaro Hernandez. That's what it kind of reminded me of in a lot of ways. Like that was Floyd's first title. That was his welcoming party coming out. This was it for Shakur. And it looked. I mean, the the skill set this kid displayed is just other level, man. Other fucking level. Where he at? See, this shit be lagging up right here, man. Hold up. That shit be lagging up, man. They need to fix that. Hold on, let me get that off the screen. They need to fix that. That's unacceptable. You know, people pay for these streaming programs. This shit ain't free. It's unacceptable. So now I gotta do it this way. This little dude, nobody can tell me who could beat him. Hey, man, it was looking like Gaddy fight, Kyle. It was looking like the Gaddy fight. Salute. That's what it was looking like. It was almost hard to watch after a certain point. Like, God damn, Jamil's such a good guy. He's just getting beat up. It really, no matter coaching or anything would have prepared him for what he got in the ring with last night. Nothing. That's how good this kid is. Nothing would have prepared Jamil Herring for what he went up against. Nothing. Just nothing he would have done. It was just crazy. It was crazy. He said he was getting hit with that aggressive jab from Herring a lot. Man, I didn't even see that, bro. I barely even seen that. I mean, the jab is the quickest punch. It's kind of hard to get away from a jab. Jamil couldn't get nothing off, dude. Nothing off. He says, Terry Smoot says, of Squeak Foster can beat Shakur. I don't know, bro. I don't even know. Gary Russell would have beaten Shakur at 126, maybe at that time, but the Shakur we seen last night, yeah, nah, ain't nothing fucking with that right now, bro. Only thing I give a shot is Loma because of his IQ. Devin because of his well-roundedness and his size, and Tank Davis because fucking Tank Davis. That's it, bro. I don't see nobody else. Hey, Valdez don't want no smoke with that, bro. Shakur may have just scared everybody away. He may have just literally scared everybody away last night. If we're honest, if we're honest about what we saw last night, he may have just scared away the opposition. Because he took it to Jamil Herring. Jamil Herring was coming off a good win over oh boy.
It's the biggest fight in the division. Oscar can't keep ducking. It's time for him to fight. It's me versus Oscar Valdez. There's nothing else to look forward to. The 130-pound division, we need to unify. Let's get it. There's only one fight left at the end of the day. It's the biggest fight in the division. Oscar can't keep ducking. It's time for him to fight. It's me versus Oscar Valdez. There's nothing else to look forward to. The 130-pound division, we need to unify. Let's get it.
Really. He says, Oscar Valdez, there's no more ducking. There's no more dodging. He said, Kyle said, if Floyd watched that fight, he shed a tear. I'm telling you, bro, that's what it looked like. In a lot of people's eyes, he looked like a pretty boy Floyd last night, Southpaw version. Just a black belt boxer, just masterful skill set for such a young age. I think he's 24 now, so he's moving up in age now. But Shakur Stevenson, man, he may have just scared everybody the fuck away last night. He may have just scared everybody away last night. It'll take a Devin to take that smoke. LT says, could you imagine Shakur versus Devin that fight, bro? I'm telling you. But see, they not talking about those type of fights just yet. They saving that. They saving those fights. You know, we're not sure if Devin go either. You know, Devin may really outgrow a lot of these guys. Salute to my man Damone Daines. I see you. And they're not talking about Christopher Colbert either. I think that's more realistic in the next couple of years with Christopher Colbert. Even though he didn't look too great his last fight, they right there with each other. You know what I'm saying? I think Shakur beats Christopher Colbert. Based off what we seen last night, that Shakur we seen last night, no, he's beating Christopher Colbert. I was on the fence before, but based off what I seen, hey, that kid turned it the fuck up last night. He left no doubt. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he was fighting with a purpose. You know, a lot of criticism he's been dealing with for his fights being boring and him not going for it. Man, he fucking turned it up. Who's beating Shakur Stevenson from 140 down? Damone Daniels? Right. Who's beating him? If you can even hit him. If you can even hit him. And what makes Shakur so good, in my opinion, and we don't know the true full story with Shakur just yet. He's still young in his career, but I think not only does he have the skill set of a master, of a guy that's well beyond his years, but he also come from an area where it's rough, rugged, it's tough. So he has that in him. You know what I'm saying? He has that dog in him. He may not have, we haven't seen him pull it out yet, but you know it's in him. Look where he's from. You know what I'm saying? He's a mean little dude. You know, he's smiling now because he got his belt and shit, but he a mean little dude. And he'll foul your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? But he in that ring, boy, he's like a master, like a fencer. Hey, he got to live up to that performance, LT. It's going to be hard to live up to that. Hard. LT Terry Smoot says Leo Santa Cruz. Everybody hit the cap button, man. Terry Smoot said Leo Santa Cruz beats Shakur. Man, Leo Santa Cruz don't even want to mention his name, bro. Oh, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Shakur Stevenson got that. Man, he got it. He got it. Hey, Terry Smoot put the cap on. Lois J says, yes, sir. The Brick Central Ward ain't no joke. Hey, I already know, man. I heard New Jersey ain't no joke. I heard that's one of the worst places. Newark, Camden, that area is like one of the worst places in the country right now. I remember my hometown used to be one of the worst places. It's still in the top 10, but it's not like it used to be. You said how high can Shakur go? You talking about in weight, LT? He looked like he's growing. So I say maybe 147 max. 147 max. He said Newark is the jungle. Yeah. Yeah, I say 147 is max, bro. 147 max for Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like 5'8". He pretty much the same dimensions as Floyd Mayweather. Maybe shorter reach. But other than that, the same dimensions. Phenomenal. Everything was landing. Everything was landing from this kid, bro. Jamil Herring is not some just guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a very, but Shakur showed that there's really levels. And he's on a whole nother one. Hey, man, he might have retired Herring, bro. Yeah, salute to Cole Dans. I see you, man. Yeah, we just getting started, really. YouTube sending notifications out pretty late, and Yes, sir. It was a very great punch selection. I mean, God, dog. Man, that's a nightmare to deal with that type of fighter. Because getting knocked out with one punch is one thing. Oh, shit, I didn't even see the shit. But when you up in there getting systematically broken down like that, nothing you doing is working. You can't hit them with confetti. Your sneeze sweat can't even hit him. I mean, what could you do? That's very discouraging for a fighter. You start questioning your skills. You start doubting yourself. That's kind of worse than getting knocked out, in my opinion, when you get broken down like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you had a chance. You was in the fight, but then you just couldn't do nothing. It's not like you just got caught with some shit. Man. Yes, he did call for Universe. He put up a clinic last night, man. Very phenomenal. Very I give it an A performance. He showed up and showed out. I thought Jamil Herring would have did a little bit better than that. But Shakur just showed him, like, look, man, I'm setting a tone early. You ain't about to get nothing off. Yeah, Jamil Herring got a lot of scar tissue. He cuts up really easily. It's probably part of Shakur's game plan. He's peppering with the sharp jabs. He's going to eventually cut up by mid to late rounds and then just go for the gusto. But Jamil also didn't look like, he just kind of looked kind of old. I don't know if it's just because Shakur's speed was just so great or he was just so hesitant on really following through with his shots, but he kind of looked at, he was pulling back on his punches a lot. Like he wasn't afraid. He was afraid to commit. Like Shakur really fucked him up. His defense and shit was just so good. He was afraid to fully commit to his shots throughout the whole fight. You know, Bomac was telling him, hey, man, you got to go rough him up, man. You just got to go up in there and beat him up. That was his only chance, and he couldn't even get that off. Like, Shakur, he's great, man. He's good. Salute to Damone Danes for the super chat. He says, Herring is class act, no excuses. Sportsmanship warrior. Of course. There's no slight against Jamil Herring, man. I was rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? I was rooting for the old dog to have his day because we know that Jamil Herring ain't got that much time left in the sport. And he's fortunate to even have a world championship in just in the modern boxing. You know, when guys have multiple losses, a couple of losses, it's hard for guys to really even get back up to the top or get an opportunity. So I was rooting for him to go all the way, but Shakur stepped in the way, and he said, nah, man, it's my time. You know what I'm saying? So we got to respect it. Shakur Stevenson, man, he's a beast, bro. Who's beating this kid? I say Loma, the only guy that I give a really high shot. But other than that, and maybe, well, yeah, I give Tank a shot too, because Tank is a beast. And I give Dev a shot. I mean, I give those three guys a shot. Those three guys would be, in my opinion, Shakur Stevenson's toughest matchups on paper. But the longer Loma fight takes to get made, the better his chances of beating Loma. Because Loma's getting older. Devin, he's getting bigger. So he may fully outgrow Shakur. And Tank Davis, I mean, like I said, he's Tank Davis. You said Rigondeaux beat Shakur. Nah, man, Rigo gets beat up now. Old Rigo gets beat up. Old Rigo gets beat up. Yes, Cole Dance. He says, forget the speed. Shakur has it. The precision of a punch selection for me is calculated, bro. So calculated. He ain't wasting no punches. When he throws, he's gonna make sure that shit lands. And he's always in position. He had excellent balance. I mean, shit, dude. He might have just scared everybody the fuck away last night. You know, you can't call it a boring fight. He didn't take a step back. He stood his ground. Yeah, man, Lawrence James. Tank can box. Tank got dog in him. You know, they come from the East Coast, you know, the city. You know, they got that dog and that heart in them. But Tank got that one-hitter quitter, though. So that's a dangerous fight for Shakur. Tank has that one punch knockout power that can carry up weight classes and shit. So I think both of those dudes are special talents. You know what I'm saying? Tank is more of like a little Mike Tyson, and Shakur is more like a little Floyd. He said Shakur versus Robesy. Robesy, man, he lost his first pro fight, bro. Shakur smokes him today. Tell Robesy to run it back. Tell Rope City to run it back. Run it back, Rope City. Yeah, tell him to run it back. Shakur, run him right out the ring, bro. Shakur, Demar Day said Shakur is underneath the wing of the GOAT Bud. Yeah, man. That's right. Bud is another great fighter. I mean, shit. Look. I mean, Shakur may surpass Bud though. If I'm honest, he might surpass him. He might surpass him. There ain't nothing wrong with it either. He said, "Do not get me started on Bud. Don't start hating on Bud, Lord Chase." Bud Crawford he about to show up and show out against Sean Porter, bro. He is about to show up and show out. You know Bud's hyped from watching these fights. These fights that we've been getting, I know he hyped. He ready to put on the show against Sean. It's going to be brutal. He says, Errol talking that good stuff online. Yeah, he might have said some more stuff. Let me see real quick before we start talking about Errol. Errol talking some good shit. You know, the Bud fans don't believe him. But your boy Bushido believes him because right after the accident, he hopped right into a Danny Garcia fight. Yep, and that's right. He also has Ward in his corner. I mean, all Shakur got to do is stay disciplined, stay focused, and stay what he's doing. And everything should fall into place. As long as he make the right business moves, too. That's important as well. But I think he got the right people around him. He got a nice, good group of guys around him, whether it's Team Crawford or his own team, Jay Prince and Ward. He got a lot of good people around him, so he'll be all right. He says Porter is about to stop Crawford PBC top rank. Man, I don't know, bro. I doubt it. If we're honest, the Premier Boxing Champions ain't been really stopping guys and shit like that lately. If we're honest, not even my boy Bomb Squad. It really don't matter where these guys are from, what network. They got to do the work in the gym. They got to do the work in the gym. And let's be honest, a lot of the PBC guys get distracted by things outside of boxing. That's what tends to happen a lot with those guys. That's why when I did that Ward video, I wasn't necessarily pertaining to Spence, but a lot of that shit was pertaining to Spence. It just was. It wasn't on purpose. It was literally, as I was making the video, I'm like, fuck, this shit sound a lot like Spence. And I just started putting in Spence little clips and shit because he got a lot of shit of him partying out there. He said, Shakur, don't resign with Bob. Nope. Shakur needs to be a free agent soon as he can. Soon as possible, he should go for free agency. A guy like him don't need to be signed with a promoter. Did you guys know that Sugar Ray Leonard, throughout his whole career, wasn't signed with a promoter until he signed the fight? I think it was Duran, because I think that was a top rank fight. Until he signed in top rank in Don King. But he had no promoter. He came right out the gate independent. And the promoters really didn't like dealing with him because he knew his shit. And that's why he was getting paid big money right out the gate, fighting on TV right out the gate. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard, he was the Pretty Boy Floyd before Pretty Boy. He was Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather before Floyd Money Mayweather. Let me see what Spence was saying now. Shakur could do the same thing is what I'm getting at. He's an Olympian, supremely talented. He got a lot going for him. Let's see what the big fish was talking about, because he said he wants to come back and he don't want no easy work. Yep, that's pretty much hold your head. He said, hold your head, bro, Jamil Herring. And he says, I need a fight for a title next. Tune-up fights for guys who are unsure of themselves. Then one of these assholes in the comment section said, "That's my dog." Meanwhile, Terrence had tune-ups his entire career. Yeah, Spence fans love that. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm still, it is what it is. But it played out how it was supposed to play out, Terry. That's the way I could look at it. I'm shitty my boy Bomb Squad lost. But hey, it'll be hard for anybody to beat Tyson Fury. Anybody of any era. I seen a post where a dude had Joe Louis versus Tyson Fury. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Get the nostalgia out your ass. Tyson Fury destroys him. Yes, I hate to even say it, but he destroys him. He's too fucking big. Joe Louis is like 6 foot. Like he's small today. He will be a light heavyweight in boxing today if he was fighting today. It's too small. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you even do that? You got to be realistic, man. Size does matter. Especially in a fair situation when you're in the ring with gloves and shit. Like, whoa, the size do matter. You're not in the streets where you can kick him in the nuts and poke him in the eye. Hey, bro, Black Reality. I don't see nobody being Shakur either, bro. He's a good, you said, Bushido, did you watch Xander Zayaya fight? Yeah, I did, man. He looks good, man. We got to see. Puerto Rico needs a fighter. They've been craving for one since Miguel Cotto. Edgar Berlanga, people kind of on the fence about him right now because of his last fight. So salute to Damone Danes for the super chat. He says the big fish eyes, his injury is capped, no tunas. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about Errol Spence real quick, man, because now everything is starting to just, I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. For one, Derek James came out and said not too long ago, this is what he said in regards to, Spence just having fun. He said Spence trying to find himself. He cannot spar for a month and a half, 2 months. This is on a PBC podcast recently, probably within the past 2 weeks, right? Within the past couple of weeks, this he was on the PBC podcast saying that Spence can't even spar for another month and a half to 2 months, but Spence wants to come back in February, right? So basically what I think is going on, for one, for my guys who's experienced with flying and shit, they say that you can't really take those, you can't fly when you have those type of injuries like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't fly when you have those type of injuries because of the pressure from the being up in the atmosphere with your eye detached. It's just not a good idea. It just don't even sound right, even if you don't know nothing about it. And he's over there in Dubai. He's living his best life. But he's talking about coming back to fight a title fight. But he didn't necessarily say any names. It would have been nice if Errol Spence had just came out and be like, you know what? I want Terrence Crawford Porter winner. But nah, he just leave it open like a cryptic message. Once again, that's why I said this dude, he's very, very mysterious in his approach to this boxing social media era shit. He's very mysterious. He don't never just put names to nothing. Just say you want to fight Terrence Crawford because you don't feel like really wasting your time dealing with mandatories. Because this mandatory may end up showing up and show out against you. You may not be motivated to even fight against this guy, really. And he end up putting up a good performance on you, may end up fucking up an injury, whatever, if you really are injured. So I can see why he wants to go for a title fight. They tried to make the Ugas fight, but WBA ain't having it, as we all know. WBA said, nah, Ugas, you ain't doing shit. Actually, you can come down to Cuba if you want to. We ain't gonna show up. We said what we said. Ugas went down to Cuba to have a meeting with the WBA. And it says, enjoying Colombia, Medellin, one of the reasons I came to meet face-to-face with the president of the WBA, but he never gave me his face. He said something to me when we talked on the phone, and when something different happened. No, he said, yeah, his English still ain't that great. He said something to me when we talked on the phone, and then something different happened. sad when a supposed leader has no word. So basically, Ugas is saying that this dude ain't a man of his word. He didn't show up when he's supposed to show up when he's supposed to have a little meeting. That's basically what Ugas said. You know what I'm saying? Ugas is really trying to get out of this mandatory fight with Stanionis. They don't want to deal with it. And according to him, he has something lined up with Spence already. I have signed contract against Spence because I knew he'll be back soon. So Spence supposed to be back soon. Like, did he really get injured? This gives validity. This is why B-Hop was out here said, I don't know. I question Errol Spence injury and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And now this gives validity to B-Hop. Dudes were shitting on B-Hop for questioning. I mean, now they're giving everybody a reason to question it. You know what I'm saying? But he was back in the gym prior to going out to Dubai. Staying in shape. He looked like he's in shape, so that's good. Hopefully he's staying disciplined out there, or stayed disciplined out there. As far as living the nightlife, that's one of the 5 things Ward said: living the nightlife. You can't be up all night. You can't get how you go rest if you up all night. You know what I'm saying? But he said he wants to come back and fight a tough fighter. He don't want no tune-ups, no easy work, no none of that. But he didn't say Terrence Crawford either. Because we all know the real work is with Terrence Crawford. We won't be mad if he can get a Ugas fight. But we know the work is where Terrence Crawford is at. And the walls is closing in, and he's going to eventually really have to see this guy soon. Because now it's either that or I got to deal with one of these bullshit mandatories coming up. And this is why Andre Ward recently came out with a video talking about sanction bodies and how pretty much what are their purpose? What are they doing here? See, it's one of those things that's always been a part of boxing and nobody just questions it. But the sanction bodies really serve no real purpose to the sport. And this is what Ward was saying. He said, if you're a certain guy in a sport, you can also negotiate your sanction fees. He said, this is why guys vacate belts. It's not because they don't want to fight. They don't want to pay them sanction fees. So Spence wants to collect. He don't want to hold on to these belts for too much longer. He wants to try to it should have been a race. It should have been a race because when you hold on to them belts, you got to pay for that shit. And guys like Canelo can get, deducted, the 3% deducted from that, maybe 1.5 or something. That's what they were saying, 0.5 if you got some juice in the sport. But this is why guys don't want to hold on to them belts like that. Multiple belts, you got to pay all them sanction fees. What are their purpose in the sport? They're just to rob the fighters and shit. That could be money for the guys later on they could put to the side for their family or for themselves from when they retire. But now they're giving it to sanction fees for these guys to rob the fans. And then guys like Ugas who worked really hard, who took a fucking boat to get here and shit, and now he's a world champion. Now they trying to take it from him. Fuck them. These sanction bodies and shit. Robbing fighters. Let Ugas and Spence fight. Nah, they don't want. They blocking that shit. They blocking Ugas and Spence. I say let the champions fight. This is what we've been wanting for some time now. The champions to fight the other champions. None of these mandatories. And now when we on the cusp of it happening, here they come stepping in. Oh no, y'all got to fight y'all mandatories now. Sanction bodies are trash. All of them are. All of them are. IBF is probably the one that's most legit, but they too strict. They too strict. WBC is corrupt as it can be. And WBA, they do it their way. WBO is what Bob ordered. So the sanction bodies really just, somebody need to make their own belt. Maybe Top Rank needs to make their own belt. PBC needs to make their own belt or something. Somebody needs to make their own belt to where they ain't got to pay all these fees, robbing the fighters. Why you got to pay the whole one of your belts? Y'all getting in on what I'm doing. The champion, the man makes the belt, not the fucking belt. I just had to go on that little rant real quick. Because them sanction bodies get on my damn nerves. Ugas flew all the way out to Cuba to try to make something happen, to try to make a unification fight with the big fish. And they ain't having it. He Latino, and they still ain't having it. He went all the way out to Colombia, and they said, nope, you ain't getting nothing. You go fight Stanionis because Stanionis probably got a lot of money behind him. Shelly Finkel, I hear, is with Stanionis. That's what I heard. So, yeah, he probably pulled some major strings for a guy with 13-0 to get a world title shot like that. You know what I'm saying? A guy that's 13-0, right? A fight with him trumps over a fight with Errol Spence for the WBA. That just doesn't even sound right. It sounds like some corruption. It sounds like some corruption. Hold up, I got something to show y'all. It sounds like some corruption. Yep, he said tune-ups are for guys who are unsure of themselves. Ooh, Errol Spence is cocky. Errol Spence is cocky. But yeah, these guys, man, this is the old WBA president, I think. But this is Daryl Peoples, Mauricio Suleiman, and I think that's Gilbert Mendoza Sr. or something, or the original WBA president. Nonetheless, these guys are robbing the fighters. You can't even be a unified champion comfortably. You can't even be undisputed champion comfortably. Unless you're a guy like AJ, who getting the big bucks, right? Unless you're a heavyweight fighter bringing in the big millions. If you're a guy in a smaller weight class and you got multiple belts, what the fuck are you doing? They're going to have to give you a discount. You know what I'm saying? You're paying these guys hundreds of thousands just to promote their belt. That just doesn't make sense, you guys. It just don't. It just don't. But the big fish says that he needs to fight for a title next. Tune-up fights are for guys who are unsure of themselves. So we go see what the big fish decides to do. He's probably waiting for the smoke clear with Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter. But why not just say I want to fight the winner of Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter next? But how about be more vocal on what you want? He got enough juice in the sport. I guarantee you these fighters say, man, we dropping y'all belts. Multiple fighters, a lot of top fighters start saying we dropping y'all belts at once. They'll get their shit together. They'll get their shit together. I'll walk around with the belt like I'm a champion anyway. Fuck your sanction fees. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Errol Spence is pretty much letting us know that he wants to fight for a title next. He don't want to deal with this Akhmadurov guy. That could be a bad situation for no reason. If Errol Spence is really hurt. A lot of people don't believe Errol Spence is hurt. Lawrence James said that should be one belt, one champion. I agree. He said there's not a video that he's drinking, just partying. Yeah, I mean, they showed drinks, but they didn't show him necessarily drinking. You know what I'm saying? I have seen videos of Spence slapped. It shouldn't even be videos out there of him, you know, but there's videos out there of him just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, just toe up. He said, why does he have to say that? Because Spence is the big fish, LT. He's the big fish. You know what I'm saying? That's why. He said, man, I ain't trying to come back. He ain't trying to waste no time. He really probably is saying all this too because he ain't got that much time at 147 either. You know what I'm saying? So fighting with a mandatory, making weight, fighting through a camp, trying to make weight to fight a mandatory. You know what I'm saying? And then it's the IBF mandatory, so you got to make the weight. You know what I'm saying? why would Spence want to do that at this point of his career right now? This is why he should have been really pushing for the Crawford fight. Now he like, fuck, I gotta take that shit. Yeah, he said, yeah, you don't want Spence at Bud Best. I'm just saying, why not call out Crawford? We don't. Spence the one is himself coming out saying, I don't need no tune-ups. You know what I'm saying? He truly believes in himself. So who am I to say? You know what I'm saying? Now, Bud may say different. Like, hey, man, go fight this guy first. Let's see where you at. But then again, Spence may not have that much time. The big fish may not have that much time at 147. That's why he probably wants to hurry up and get this show on the road. He was killing himself to make weight in the Pacquiao fight. Look at him. Look at him. Y'all seen the more recent pictures of him in Dubai. He ain't looking like that now, but this is how he was looking leading up to that fucking Pacquiao fight. A dead man. Looking terrible. A dead man. Starving and shit. He wants to hurry up and get this shit over with at 147. And now the sanction body stepped in. You know. And now Spencer Ugas is scrambling, honestly. Meanwhile, Crawford Porter about to throw down next month in a highly anticipated fight, you know. Meanwhile, they about to throw down, and Spence and Ugas is scrambling right now. Boy, how things turn around, right? Remember a year or two ago, year and a half ago, people was laughing at Bud and shit, saying, oh, why he chasing fighters and, you know, this, that, and Bob Arum and all this shit. Now, you know, they on the other end scrambling, not wanting to fight their mandatories and shit. It's crazy how things turn around in boxing. You never know what's going to fucking happen. Salute to Damone Dash for another super chat. He says, if Spence feels that way, just demand a butt fight. Facts, bro. Salute to Boxing Syndicate. Y'all go subscribe to my boy Boxing Syndicate. He said, did he find himself partying in Dubai? Bro, he found himself out there. According to guys who are familiar with flights, they say you can't fly with those type of injuries like that. So, I don't know, dude. All that shit is questionable to me. I question shit anyway. I may not speak on everything, but I question shit anyway. Like, do I believe it? Nah, I don't. I don't even believe Ryan's hurt for real. Even though he had a hospital bed, I didn't believe Oscar was hurt. Even though he had, bro, I just don't believe it, bro. I think these guys will go above and beyond and prove a point. I don't really believe, like, it's just too convenient. The timing is just too perfect for me. Your timing is right. You know what I'm saying? For you to have this excuse already built up and ready. Man, I don't believe none of that shit, bro. Sorry. But did he find himself in Dubai? Yeah, he did. He found himself in Dubai. He was having a really good time. I don't know what to believe, Boxing Syndicate. Like, Derek James literally just came out and said this on a podcast. That Spence, let me move this out the way. That Spence ain't returning for another month or two. Month and a half. They cannot spar. So that's not even telling you if he's even ready yet. But then they talking about coming back in February. That's like right around the corner. That's not even, they really trying to hurry up and make something happen because their plan didn't probably work, bro. Bro, he was looking like a dead man, bro. That wasn't looking like the big fish, bro. Hold up. I'll show you a healthier Spence. A healthier Spence. You know what I'm saying? A dead man Spence. Bro, the weight cut is killing him, and he trying to hurry up and get this shit over with. He don't know. Fighting a mandatory be a lot of time wasted for a guy who been at the weight class already long enough. He ain't looking like this no more. He's looking like this now. You know what I'm saying? He's looking like that. And luckily for him, it's mask era where you wear mask. So you can't see how his face been looking at these weigh-ins. You know what I'm saying? So he wears his mask and shit. You don't see how his cheeks and shit all gone. I know what's up, man. Come on. It is what it is, man. Spence needs to move up soon. He's trying to make something happen. He wants to fight a champion. He wants to collect the belts and hurry to get this show on the road before the sanction body step in and close the show. Because that's what they're trying to do. It's bullshit if you ask me. But to be fair to the guy Akurov, he has been waiting 2 years for his shot. You know what I'm saying? Spence hasn't fought a mandatory since Ocampos. That was a long time ago. So, yeah, I can understand, them kind of enforcing it. But, man, why now? Like, the timing ain't we got some shit. We right there now. Pacquiao out the way for good. You know what I'm saying? Ugas looking like his back as well. Like, he may go for a mantle for unification. Crawford Porter, we go get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? So whoever emerged from that victorious will be an even bigger fight for. I mean, come on, we right there, and here they come. Stretching this shit out, giving Stanionis a shot. I mean, do Stanionis deserve a shot? No. Not really. Not really. Not over Boots or Virgil Ortiz. No. 13-0 versus these guys with damn near, you know what I'm saying? Almost 20 fights. Boots damn near 30 fights. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Politics. This shit's too fucking political. So, yeah, Spence is pretty pissed. He's clearly pissed because he got to deal with a mandatory fight. Go through that weight camp. Prepare for a guy that he's just uninterested in. Then there's always the notion of what if he looks bad against this guy? You know what I'm saying? If you go, this is what I always say. And this is what I say about Mikey, too. You should just fought Regis. Should just took that L to Regis. You know what I'm saying? If you go take an L to somebody that's on your level, bro. Don't go up in there and fight somebody that got nothing to lose and everything in the game. And then you go up in there and lose against this dude. You know what I'm saying? That's like losing 3 times. So it's like Mikey Garcia lost 3 times against Sandro Martin versus him just losing against Prograis, who he may have not even been a favorite going into that one anyway. And his stock probably wouldn't have dropped as much, but it dropped significantly now because he's playing around trying to cherry pick. Taking tune-ups, right? Taking tune-ups. This is what Spence is saying. Taking tune-ups. Spence said, you know what? If I'm going to lose to a top guy, a former champion or something. I'm going to hop right up in there with Danny Garcia. I'm going to hop right up in there with Terrence Crawford. He needs to say Terrence Crawford. I'm going to hop right up in there with Dennis Ugas. Hop right up in there. But this also raises the question, was the injury legitimate? You know what I'm saying? If he hops right back in there before March and shit, or if you're hearing about him coming back, you know what I'm saying? That's going to raise a lot of questions for boxing fans. Salute to Damone Danes for another super chat. He says, Ugas wants no part of Bud. Won't mention his name. No, he won't. Ugas don't. Ugas won't mention his name. You know what I'm saying? Ugas, he's a nice guy, so people go leave him alone. But, yeah, he ain't going to mention Bud's name, man. He don't really want to deal with that. He'd rather deal with Spence than deal with Bud. These guys do not want to deal with Terrence Crawford, bro. They don't. Sean Porter just kind of salute to Rebel Life Boxing. Y'all go subscribe to my boy Rebel Life Boxing. The WBO made the Porter fight. You know what I'm saying? So Porter, he got put in a situation to where, oh shit, now it's mandated. Now I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? But what was he gonna do otherwise? Who was he gonna fight? These guys don't want to fight Bud like that, man. They don't want to deal with him like that. They don't want to deal with him. But now we in a situation where the outer spotlight is starting to turn towards Terrence Crawford as the guy that's gonna be carrying the division. So they're gonna have to see him. Because we still don't know if Spence is going to come back the same guy. Even the most diehard Spence fans is looking at this as like, man, I don't know if he can beat Crawford now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of inactivity, a lot of, just a lot of things. I mean, I would figure that Al could make the Ugas Spence fight, LT. I would figure he could. Al has enough juice, You would think that Al could make the fight, but WBA and them ain't playing, bro. Tax says Spence will be known for ducking Bud. It's blatant. He gets no passes over here. Spence knows he has to fight Bud, bro. I think Spence realizes that he gonna have to see Crawford, man. He gonna have to see this guy now. Lawrence James come out kicking the door down, saying, "Bro, stop! You act like some of us don't remember Bud Teleporter. Hold up, stop it." Yeah, he did, because he had that Pacquiao fight on the table, just like Spence had it on the table. Come on, bro. He told Porter, "Hold on, real quick, man. We talking about this Pacquiao fight, and it fell through." They tell the whole story, Lawrence James. Tell the whole story. Yeah, he did tell Porter to hold up. He did. But we all knew why. It was because of the Pacquiao fight was on the table for him, man. And it fell through. Him or Spence didn't get that fight now. And you know what? That's probably how it was supposed to be. Because they're supposed to have been fighting each other any damn way. He said, "Bro, ain't nobody ducking Bud. What you?" Man, I like Spence, man. I like Spence. I just like to talk shit. Yeah, man. Only thing left, Rebel Life, is Ugas and Bud, bro. So Spence got to go for it, man. I mean, I say go for it. Fuck all this bullshit. Fuck all this stalling out, waiting fights, marinating, this Mayweather blueprint. You got to go for it now. Because as we all know and what we've seen, anything can happen. Not just in the ring, but outside the ring. So you got to strike when the iron's hot. And that's what I've been saying for the past 3 years. Strike while the iron's hot. Strike while the iron's hot, because anything can happen. Wilder and Joshua should have been fought. Guess what? They both lost now. Twice. Boy. You know what I'm saying? I think reality's kicking in for the big fish. He's like, fuck, I need to do this shit soon, because now, I've been the injury, Damone Daniels, salute for another super chat. He says Spence hates Thurman. He's following a similar path. Yeah, he is. Always injury prone, sitting, you know what I'm saying? I don't even consider Keith Thurman a top welterweight no more, bro. I can't. How could I? When there's guys like Boots and Virgil Ortiz out there. I don't even know if Keith can beat those dudes. So yeah, Thurman's just looking for the big fights as well, though. That's what Thurman's doing. He's not really looking to come back and fight some guy like Riverside Rocky again. He wants to go out, but he needs to go for Bud then. Why don't he go for Bud? Go for Crawford. Since Spence being salty, why don't you go for Crawford? Talk your shit to Bud. You talk enough shit. Keith Thurman talks enough shit. If he talks shit to Bud like he do to Keith, that fight will be getting made. But see, he came in here. Y'all hit that like button, y'all. Yeah. Box ticket. 39 people in the chat. Hit the like button for your boy, man. Let's get this shit going. But Keith Thurman came out and saying, Bob Arum, and all this shit. Now, Bob Arum may take it on the chin and roll with it because he's a businessman. And he said some fucked up shit too. But why would you say that if you want to do business with these people if you know Crawford dealing with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? That shows me that you didn't why would you do that? You know Bob is a shrewd businessman. He gonna go low before he go high. You got to negotiate with this fucking guy. You Keith Thurman. He didn't really want to smoke like that. But now he's on the sidelines. He's been on the sidelines for about 2 years talking shit to everybody else. But he ain't been doing nothing. Acting like he want to fight somebody. But then he was known as a dude that was ducking Spence prior to him getting the Pacquiao fight. You know what I'm saying? Zolife813 says, Ugas is busy with Spence should be looking the Bud way. Yeah. He should be, but he ain't gonna want to deal with that right now. You know what I'm saying? I think by he's saying title fight next, he meant Ugas. I don't necessarily think he meant Bud. But I think he will if he, feel that he needs to move up soon, which he probably does. Remember, he did come out and say that he got like 1 or 2 fights left at 147. That he got like one or 2 fights left. So, yeah, he wants to hurry get this shit over with. He said if the price was right, he'll fight Keith. Nah, man, he needs to fight Keith. Why wouldn't the price be right? You got to fight a mandatory. Is that price going to be right? No. No, it's not. And then you missed out on the Pacquiao fight. So, and Keith Thurman is another big name in the division. What's that? COD girl? Is that Call of Duty girl? 413. I think Spence moving up, not fighting Bud. He don't want Bud. Man, he said no tune-ups. He said no tune-ups. He said, I'm ready to hop right back into the 5. Yeah, Rebel Life Boxing. How did Standing on this, bro? Politics. That's how. And I'm hearing Shelly Finkel was with him too. So maybe Shelly Finkel can pull some strings. A dude that's 13-0. Getting a shot even over a Virgil Ortiz. Let's be honest. Virgil Ortiz been doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Fought some solid names. Still ain't got a title shot yet. But they mandating Stanionis to get it in with Ugas right away. Not even letting Ugas enjoy a voluntary or enjoy a unification opportunity to go make some money. Nah, you go fight this dude. Stanionis could beat Ugas, man. That's why Ugas doing all this shit not to take a fight. Let's be honest about it. If Ugas felt like, man, this dude easy work, he wouldn't be going out to Colombia to try to protest and do all that because he knows this guy's a tough fight and like fuck, what if I lose and then damn, like what is this? Why me? That's what Ugas is saying. You know what I'm saying? He went all the way out to Colombia to make something happen, and they wasn't with it. The WBA wasn't with it. Nah, I don't know if Spence is gonna fight Thurman. Spence seems hell bent on not giving that guy a shot. You know what I'm saying? Thurman said, quit being salty. Keith Thurman told him to quit being salty. Just because I did to you, don't mean you gotta do it to me. But one part of me is like, yeah, that's what you get, Keith. Another part of me is like, man, Spence, fuck that shit. Go fight him. You ain't got to do what he did. You can do something different. Go beat his ass. Teach him a lesson. So, but Keith Thurman, he ain't trying to come back and just fight anybody. He also ain't trying to fight Bud either. I'm actually surprised the Ugas and Thurman fight hasn't really got made. You know what I'm saying? Ain't Keith a WBA guy? Shouldn't Keith be highly ranked in the WBA? Right? He lost only against Pacquiao. He's a WBA fighter. Keith Thurman should be like getting a shot at Ugas. But nah, they're giving it to Stanionis for some reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't really understand it. Yeah, if he don't fight Stanionis, they will strip him, bro. He says, Science King says, is Keith still the same fighter? I don't think so. It's been too long, man. It's been too long for us to sit here and consider Keith Thurman the same guy. He didn't even look like he was fully back with Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So Ugas is trying to make something happen. WBA ain't with it. And Errol Spence, he says a tune-ups are for guys who are unsure themselves. So he kind of taking shots at Keith Thurman too, because Keith Thurman is known as the tune-up guy. I like this cockiness from Spence though. I do like that shit. He said, "Man, that's for dudes that shit." I'll be right back to the fight. UFC fighters do it. You know what I'm saying? Off injuries and everything. I like it, but he needs to keep that energy with Bud too, though. Go for Bud. Actually, after Crawford Porter, he's gonna have to go for Bud because after Bud stops Porter, he's gonna have to see Bud next. You know what I'm saying? After Bud beats up Porter in a really tough man, I don't know how that fight is gonna play out. I see Crawford winning the fight, but is Porter even that same dog that he was? I mean, we've seen it in the Spence fight, but you could tell going into this Crawford fight, there's a different energy. There's a lot more respect. You know what I'm saying? A lot more respect for Crawford. That don't mean it's going to translate to the ring. He may come up in there ready to kill Bud, but who knows how this fight go play out. I do see Crawford winning the fight. If I foresee it anyway, I see Crawford beating up Porter because I feel that Porter's style plays right into Crawford's game. Once Crawford gets used to his speed and his timing and the shit that he's doing, I think it's going to be all over from there, just like for everybody else. Now, Crawford may be the most athletic guy Crawford fought, right? Think about it. Overall athleticism, Sean Porter probably is the most athletic guy Crawford fought. He gave Spence some good work, spinning Spence and everything. Has Spence spinning. We got 50 people in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. He was spinning Spence. Will he be able to spin Bud? I think Sean Porter's probably the best athlete out of all the welterweights. I could be wrong, but as far as sheer athleticism, I think Sean Porter got it. But he's also getting older. He's a podcastman. He's been doing podcasts. He's a commentaryman. Crawford is just a fight. All he wants to do is fight. That's what Bernie said. All he wants to do is fight. He don't even want to drink water. He just wants to fight. Do Porter still got that fight in him like that? And I think after Crawford stops Porter, it's going to put even more pressure on the other welterweights. But see, the problem that we're going to have to worry about is these fucking sanction bodies. That's going to be our problem. The sanction bodies. I think the fighters know now and realize now that they got to go for these fights. That what you may foresee in the future happening may not be certain. Crawford Spence getting a Pacquiao fight, it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Spence been having some inactivity lapses. Crawford been having a hard time getting work. Injuries and shit. Guys that they came up with are falling off. Now these young, hungry fighters, are bigger, younger, hungry fighters are coming up. They got to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, reality's kicking in real quick. All that Hollywood and, oh, he on the wrong side of the street and all that shit was for nothing. We should be talking about Crawford Spence 2 right now. Crawford Spence 3 right about now. That's what we should have been talking about. A rematch between them two. Wilder and Fury fought 3 fucking times. Wilder and Fury fought 3 times. So something has to happen after this Crawford Porter. Hopefully, if Crawford isn't overly dominant to the point where he scares everybody away, But I think now in the current landscape of boxing, especially in the welterweight division, these guys got to go for it. I think they realize they got to go for it. Plus, Sean Porter broke the wall down already. He broke the wall down already, so everything coming in now. Let's see what's going on. Everybody hit that like button for your boy. Yeah. Oh, you know what, Damone Days? I take it back. Boots probably is the best. But I was just saying out of the guys that like the Spence, Thurman, Crawford, those guys. 77 things started spitting on facts on how he got stopped. So yeah, Danny Garcia said Spence was strong. He said his punching power wasn't necessarily strong, but his presence was strong. He was big. He was long. You know what I'm saying? Danny said he felt little up in there. Daddy lost that fire years ago, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia lost that fire years ago. He making too much money. He living too good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at him. He ain't got that killer edge. When you up in there, man, you got to have that killer edge, man. A lot of these guys, you can see they don't got it no more. They got too much money. A guy like Crawford will always have that killer edge. That shit goes away. That's why I asked, is Sean Porter still that same dog? He's a family man now, all types of shit. You calm down as you get older, you start to have kids and shit, you really calm down. Is Sean gonna be willing to punch through Terrence Crawford? We know boy go punch through him. That's what just, Y'all arguing in the comments. Oh man, y'all going in on the comments. Cod Girl says Danny Garcia ain't, neither is Mikey. That's why I think it is crazy when people say Spence's resume is better. Man, I feel their style was just tailor-made for Spence. You know what I'm saying? Danny and Mikey, he gladly fought Mikey, boy. Mikey didn't have to work for that at all. There was no side of the street. There was no ticket sales. There was none of that. It was just like, yeah, come on in, Mikey. You move up 2 weight classes too. But then I'll wait to box. I'll make everybody pay. And then I'll show everybody I can box by outboxing you. Instead of just knocking your ass the fuck out. And now Sandro Martin comes out and does something somewhat similar and shit. Like, damn, how good was that win now? Danny Garcia hasn't looked good in a long time. Actually, Danny Garcia, he don't even really got what's his biggest win at welterweight? You know what I'm saying? No shade. I'm just saying. Like, he hot right in there with those dudes. And then they use the business as an excuse as to why they didn't want to fight Crawford. Salute the Science King for the super chat. You know what I'm saying? They use that excuse, bro. That's what they did. They use that excuse. Bob Arum and shit. Man, we see Top Rank making some fights right now. Top Rank is on the roll right now. They're on the fucking roll. And this is why I never got caught up into the PBC, this, Top Rank, that, the Zone. I never got caught up into that. Because every network, every promotion company has their moments. You know what I'm saying? They all have their moments. They all have their ups and downs and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all boxing. Dudes get too caught up into that bullshit. Well, which promotion company is doing better and all this shit. Hopefully boxing just doing better. Because right now, boxing's doing really good. Shakur Stevenson looked absolutely fucking superb last night. Baby Floyd. Shakur looked like Baby Floyd last night. Baby Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Tank is Lil Mike, and Shakur is Lil Floyd. Some bad little dudes, man. Nobody's beating Shakur Stevenson last night. Maybe a Lomachenko. But other than that, I don't see nobody beating him. And I say Loma because of his IQ and his style. You know what I'm saying? And Loma hits pretty hard. Even though it don't look like he hits hard, he musters a nice little pop behind them shots he be throwing. That's a good fight. Shakur and Loma is actually a really, really good fight for me. Big fight for me personally. Stylistically, how the styles match up, and that'd be an excellent chess match for your boy. I love to see that. Shakur versus Loma. Yeah, Loma's old, but shit. The longer it takes for that fight to get made for Loma, the better Shakur the Shakur is gonna wash him eventually, bro. Shakur Stevenson is a phenom. He's a phenom. So if Loma looking at opponents, he might want to hop on Shakur now. Hop on him now. That's your best chance to hop on him now. Yeah, the big fish started the street mess, man. Spence started some shit, man. I like Spence, though. Imagine if he never started this shit, though. Like, never started this bullshit. None of this shit. Like, what would have happened? Like, what if he went for the Crawford fight then? Like, what would have happened if we never been sitting here talking about this side of the street stuff and, you know, just finding magical ways to prevent a fight that should happen for the sport, that the sport really needs. He said Loma don't want that. Hey, I don't know if he does. I'm gonna have to look and see. You know, I'm gonna have to look and see what Loma wants to do. I know he got a fight with Comey coming up. He wanted to fight Dev, but Dev was high siding on him. So we're gonna see how Loma looks against Comey. I like Lomachenko. That's my guy. So I'm gonna see what Loma does against Comey. He may have to look at, he may want to look at Shakur now before Shakur start catching him when he starts to slip, because he is getting older. I don't really see Loma. I mean, what else? I mean, these guys got to go for the big fights, bro. I think all that shit is over with now. All these guys cherry picking and trying to maneuver, you know, Tiafimo with his shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit's over with. So if we hear Tiafimo coming out talking about, oh, well, you know, he had a stomach injury from playing with the fucking mountain and shit. Like, man, get these guys up out of here, bro. Shakur needs to go up to lightweight too, by the way. Shakur needs to go up to lightweight, beat Valdez. That's going to be easy work. Go up to lightweight, and that's when things get interesting for Shakur. There's nobody down there got nothing for that kid. But I'm not sleeping on Loma. Loma and the Shakur be a good fight though, you know, because it's not like Shakur is a big lightweight or anything like that. You know, they're probably the same size guy. Even though Shakur eventually won't be the same size, but as of right now, Shakur and Loma should be around the same size of a man. Loma, it'd be smart for Loma to hop on him now. They both top ranked too. You know what I'm saying? It'll be harder for him to get a T.O. as well. But T.O. ain't about to be fighting no Shakur. T.O. don't even want to deal with Dev. T.O. don't even want to fight Kambosos. Tiafimo don't even want to fight George Kambosos, man. That fight should have happened 3 times already. Tio don't want to do nothing. Let me see how many. We got 55 people in here. We got 35 likes. Come on, man. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. Come on, man. Let's get these likes up, man. We got 52 people in here, and we only got 35 likes. Come on, man. Can't do your boy Bushido like that. Hey, you know what? You know why I like Loma, bro. But what I didn't like was the hype that they was putting on him. Now, he wasn't saying shit. But him being better than Ali and him being better than Floyd and all this shit, I didn't like that. But the style of Loma brings and how cerebral him and his team, I like that shit. Them dudes are good. Yeah, man, Shakur is fucking crazy. Ain't he cerebral? I don't see nobody dealing with him really, bro. And I'm not even saying Loma could beat him. I'm just saying that'd be a great fight. Him, Dev, and Tank. The three guys I can give a good shot against what I seen last night. Shakur Stevenson, that's what we should have been seeing from him. He showed up last night. Yeah, they're going to give you one like, man. Yeah, they hyped up Loma too much, Jay Grant. They was hyping him up, overhyping him. He took some losses and shit. You know, he had fights where he didn't look too great. You know, like for me, I said, man, just let this dude be him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't out here talking that shit and none of that. He just coming up here fighting. But the media was trying to have their next great white hope, let's be honest. And they were trying to push it on Loma. He wasn't out here talking that shit. He was just in there fighting. And they turned off a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? How did this dude get all this? He only got like 4 fights and all this shit. Well, Loma cold to me, man. You know what I'm saying? He went right for the gusto. You know, he didn't waste time. Like Josh Taylor. Didn't waste time milking his career. You know, he was a high-level amateur. He got right out the gate and started fighting champions and shit. Like, man, fuck that. I'm fighting the best guys right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I fucks with Loma. He said there's a couple of, man, nobody. YSM. Y'all go subscribe to my boy YSM. Nobody. What young guys? We can't talk about Boots because that's the only other young guy. But he's way up there. But who else? Who else is putting up them? Who else could deal with that? What we seen last night from Shakur, man. Who else? Who else? Who else is dealing with that, man? Who else is dealing with that, man? He was so sharp last night. I mean, you knew right away in the first round that, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. You knew right away early, like, oh, man, this is going to be one-sided. Totally one-sided. And then he calls out Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez don't want the smoke. We know that. We know I mean, who wants to deal with that? They're going to have to deal with him now. I think the Fury versus Wilder really did something for boxing to where now I think, and then the fights that we've been having, been really good fights. I think these guys got to really put out, man. Put it on the line. All this protecting and shit and holding and marinating, all that shit is over with, man. Going into 2022, I think that shit is over with. Shakur Stevenson really put out last night. Very impressive. He says, no way Tank beating Shakur. You say you got 5 or 10 motherfuckers to deal with it. Who? Let's see. Who? Teofimo gets smoked. Ryan gets smoked. Anybody under that gets smoked. Comey smoked. All of them get smoked. Colbert, maybe. Who is beating Shakur, bro? Who was beating? And then he's probably going to only get better from here on out, too. Because he really took the fight to Jamil Herring. You know, usually he's more defensive-minded. But last night, he was looking for the kill. He's just too skilled, man. I give Tank and Devin and Loma the best shots. And Loma ain't got that much time because he's getting old. But Dev also probably ain't got that much time because he's getting big. He said, bro, Cobra don't want those problems. Ooh, excuse me. Man, Cobra didn't look good his last fight. Out here bullshit and talking shit before his fight. And then he went out there and looked bad. You know what I'm saying? Yep, Loma, Tank, Devin, yep. Those are the best guys. Devin got the well-roundedness. He got the size, the length. Loma has the IQ, the experience. Man, and Tank, they all got speed and everything too. All three of these guys got speed, IQ. They all got experience and amateur experience. Those are good fights for Shakur, those three guys. You know what I'm saying? All amateur experience. Devin cut out a little bit early, but Tank got a lot of amateur fights. Loma got a lot of amateur fights. They got a lot of experience to deal with a guy like Shakur. That'd be great fights, man. I can't say who will win, but I think I give those guys the best shot to deal with them. But Oscar Valdez getting his fucking head beat in. He's probably running for the hills, bro. Katie Slip says Devin, T.O., Loma, etc. All them dudes punch back and move their head. I was going for Jamel, but I seen him quit before, so I knew the fight could be taken out of him. Yeah. I can't argue with that, bro. I can't. But T.O., I pulled him out of there, though. I like your list, but I pulled T.O. out. He don't move his head like that. Score, snipe the shot at him. Fruit punch. Oh, man. Lil B-Hop pissed people off, man. Yep. Thank you, Rebel Life. T.O. can't, he will get gassed, and he can't fight off the back foot, bro. Like, we seen what Loma was doing to him when Loma started to really turn it on him. T.O. don't react to getting hit well either. Shakur be sniping him. Slow. T.O. wouldn't know what to do. He'll crumble. I sense something about T.O. We go see it soon. Watch. We go see it soon. I think his heart could be tested. I think he could crumble. I think T.O.'s ready to crumble. Jay Grant said that man defense second to none. Man, bro, I'm telling you, you can't hit him with confetti. Look at Quavo right there, too. Hey, Lawrence James. Valdez don't want that smoke, bro. Let's see if Valdez says something real quick in response, because Shakur called him out. Shakur calls him out.
I mean, there's only one fight left at the end of the day. It's the biggest fight in the division. Oscar can't keep ducking. It's time for him to fight. It's me versus Oscar Valdez. There's nothing else to look forward to. The 130-pound division, we need to unify. Let's get it.
You said Oscar Valdez is ducking.
Do you ever want to be on a
Now let's see if Oscar responded to this ducking allegation. I doubt it. I doubt he wants to deal with that. Shakur may turn himself into a boogeyman last night. We go see. It may be hard for Bob to get him fights and shit. Watch. Be prepared for it. It may be hard for Bob, but see, luckily for him, Bob got a lot of those lighter weight fighters down there. Bob don't got too much. You know, at 147, 154 and shit. So if you're a welterweight like Crawford, you may have a hard time. But he could always make Shakur and Loma too, though. Especially if Loma say, yeah, I'll fight Shakur, and Shakur say, yeah, I always wanted that fight. Ooh. That'd be a good fight right there, boy. That's the fight I want to see, Shakur and Loma. All the other fights could probably happen down the line, but Loma, he ain't got that much time left. Let's see if Oscar Valdez said anything. I doubt it. He probably didn't even watch the fight. He was so scared. Nah, he ain't say shit. Nah. He gonna act like he didn't even see that fight. He gonna act like he didn't even see that fight. Hey, you ain't lying. Yeah, sure. He says T.O. is the only unified champ whose stock is failing every day. Bro, how you a unified champ and your stock is falling, bro? Like, you the champ and your stock is falling. People like T.O. more before he was the champion. Y'all notice that? People like Teofimo more before he was the champion. Now that he's become champion, people see a lot of devious ways. I seen this coming. I knew it wouldn't necessarily be a good thing if Loma lost. I knew it. Because how would this kid handle having a crosshair on his back? Will he move like a real champion? Nah. Oh, man. Man, that fight, Southpaw Killer, that fight was not boring last night. That fight was a great fight last night. That was masterclass boxing. That was masterful boxing from the young prodigy. That's what that was. Yeah, I seen Xander Zayas. Yeah, man, he's on his way. He's on his way. What about Nico Ali Walsh? What do y'all think about him, man? Give me your thoughts on Muhammad Ali's grandson, Nico Ali Walsh, man. Give me your thoughts on that kid, man. I don't know about dude, man. What do y'all think about Nico Ali Walsh? Battle Rifle said, Shakur surprised me. I picked Jamel to win. Man, I thought Jamel would have did something in this fight. Man, Shakur leveled up, bro. He just said, man, I'm gonna show y'all that I'm on a different level. He did. He said Nico Ali Walsh. He's a young beast. Nico Ali Walsh loses to Kaunaki. Hey, wait a minute. Hell no. Nah. He said, what? Southpaw Killer says, Walsh reminds me of Hatton's son. Trash. Wow. Ricky Hatton's son got a gift in his last fight too, man. He says Chaz Witherspoon. Bro, come on. He said that Nico fight looks staged. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't know about dude. Like, salute to D Luckett. I see you in the building, man. Like, what was that, bro? Like, it looks staged. Like, they put up these fake fights, these dudes that just put me up in that end. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the process of getting in shape. Let me get up in that end, put on a show for the fans as an opening card fight or something. You know what I'm saying? Let me do it. Because what was that? Like, I don't know about dude, man. I want to see him get hit in the mouth too. You know what I'm saying? His grandfather had an iron chin. He can get hit in the mouth. He talk that shit, but he can get it in the mouth and he'll keep talking. He don't got the swag like his granddad and none of that. To be honest with you, I wouldn't even have known if his name, if they wasn't advertising him as Ali's grandson, I wouldn't even thought nothing of it. I wouldn't even thought he was anything close to Muhammad Ali. D Luckett says, salute for the super chat. He says, I see no one being square 130, bro. I don't see nobody. Man, Shakur is he's a phenom, bro. He says Nico is sea level. He's still a developing fighter, but I mean, he seemed like he just started. Damone Daniel says T.O. is ducking Haney and Loma. He needs to fight. Yeah, he is, bro. T.O., man, bro, he damn near ducking Kambosos. Boxing fans ain't fucking with T.O. like that. So that's why he out here trying to win other fans by doing what Ryan Garcia do, little challenges and getting hit by a mountain and shit. Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Salute to Damone Dance for the other super chat. He said his dad is white. He's not a real ass white. And that's what I'm saying, bro. He didn't even sound like no, bro. No, bro. Salute to PG Big Dog. I see you in the building. What's going on? Yeah, D Luckett. That's what I thought. Like, when I heard him talk, I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, wait. Now, I did hear that Ali found out later on that he's part Irish or something. You know what I'm saying? But this guy really just using his grandfather's name for clout in the sport, honestly. Because let's be honest, if he wasn't attached to Ali in any kind of way, or if he wasn't using his name, he probably wouldn't even be fighting on TV or none of that shit, bro. Let's just be honest. He says, Battle Rifle says, even though I think T.O. ain't trying to fight Haney, I still think he beats him. He could possibly, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with T.O. It's not like he's a bad fighter. It's not like he's really talented. He got a lot of good things going for him. But I question his heart. You know what I'm saying? I do. I question his heart. I think if you push him back, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? T.O. he ain't moving like I don't know. He didn't even fight Kambosos yet, bro. And, they say it's the COVID, and they say it's this. He said, y'all thoughts on Holyfield's son? I missed that one, but I saw the outcome. Matter of fact, let me see. He knocked old boy out, right? Evan Holyfield. Looking like his dad and shit. Let me see. I seen old boy too. It was a lot of just like showcase fights. It was a lot of showcase fights. It was a lot of showcase. Here we go, Evan. Ooh, shit. Damn. Evan Holyfield, bro. Hey. Bam. Ooh. That left hook was so clean. Just like a slap. And dude just fell back. Crowd going, wow. Evan Holyfield, yeah. They move him right. He'll be all right, man. See, the thing with Top Rank, they move their guys. You know what I'm saying? If you're a young fighter, they can move you right. You'll be prepared. But after a certain point, depending on how big you get and shit like that, they may not have nothing for you. But yeah, they're moving right. They can promote him right, selling well on ESPN. That was nice, man. Wow. I didn't see this one. He knocked dude out. Oh, yeah. Nice. Candy Slim says Haney lost 2 rounds to Linares, who's far more better than Clubs. Well, you got a point there. Yeah, you got a point there. Haney got dogged. All these little dudes showing that they got dog in them. Haney got hit on the chin. He got rocked. You need to see that. And it happened in that fight. And we saw what happened. He beat the shit out of Linares. Linares was cheating too, man. He was hitting him in the back of the head and shit. He was fighting dirty. He did a lot of dirty shit to Dev in that fight. But Dev got it done. You know what I'm saying? Dev would be tough for Shakur too. Dev will be tough. Tank will be tough, and Loma will be tough. T.O., he could be tough too. I'm not gonna sit here and act like T.O.'s just like he can't fight. The motherfucker can fight, but I don't know. He be acting too Hollywood for me, man. He ain't done nothing yet. Yeah, you beat Loma, but you ain't really done nothing yet, bro. Beat Loma twice, then that says something. Yeah, but Leon Ali Walsh, Nico, whatever. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know, man. I don't want to say it. I don't even want to say it, man. I don't want to say it. He says Linares is far more accomplished than Herring. I mean, is that debatable? I'm not sure. Linares is like a divisional champion. Am I not mistaken? Right? He's done it. Linares done some things. You know what I'm saying? He's done some things. It's hard to say. Shakur probably just really made Herring look bad. Herring looked great his last fight. Salute to D. Luckett for the super chat. He says, I think Shakur defense is tough for anyone. Yeah, bro, anybody. I think even more experienced, older guys. Bud got to get some good work training with that kid. Training with a guy like Shakur keep Crawford sharp. That kid is extremely sharp. Razor sharp. Like, he's so sharp that Crawford had to be on his P's and Q's on his A game as this kid gets older. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to start to surpass Bud. His defense is already top notch. Everything else is going to fall into play. His grown man strength. He's going to start getting the stoppages more. He's going to start knocking people out. Bro, that's exactly what it's. Oh, man, that's exactly what it's like, you sure? He said T.O. is the definition of a cat winning the scratch off at a gas station for $1,000. Now you rich. Yep. Oh, man. He says, do I see Shakur at 147? D. Luckett. Yeah, I do. I'm not sure when or how soon. He's going to eventually reach some grown man growth spurt type shit. But he may end up being at 147 and may max out there. You know what I'm saying? He may max out at 147. He may play around at 140, 154, 152 later on in his career. But I don't see Shakur going anything beyond 147. You know what I'm saying? He started off at the same way as Floyd and shit. He's like the little pretty boy Floyd, except he is getting thicker. But he's like the little pretty boy Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Olympian and shit. His style looked very similar to Floyd's last night. Sharp as a motherfucker. Like, who would have been able to deal with that shit? Yeah. Damone Daniels. T.O. is a front runner. Don't know if he got real dog. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, could he really make adjustments? You know what I'm saying? Could he really make adjustments? I don't think so. I got a video of the Loma fight on here, man, and a lot of people liked it. But it's a legit, unbiased breakdown of the fight, the rounds that they say that Loma won. You know what I'm saying? The rounds that Ward even said he won, the rounds that they say won, it should have been a draw. I got a breakdown of it. And I mean, Loma was outclassing this guy in the rounds that he won. So the fight really should have been a draw, but I'm not even going to harp on it. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo short. I saw a lot by me just sitting there breaking that shit down. I seen a lot about Teofimo Lopez. I think he got up in there when somebody's going to bring it to him. Man, he may fold, bro. You know what I'm saying? Loma was really tentative and hesitant in that fight early on in the fight. And it cost him. He started too late. But he probably knows that now, and T.O. knows it too. So T.O.'s moving funny now. But these guys smelling blood, man. They smelling blood. Devin and them, they smelling blood. Cambosa's smelling blood. He may not got the talent or skill to do it, though. He probably got the will and determination, but do we got the talent and the skill? Who knows? Kambosa's been training hard too, been ready. Yeah, he wants Taylor at catch weight. How you gonna ask the man, the guy above you, to fight at you at a catch weight, bro? Get your ass up out of here, dog. Yeah, Zepeda fights Jose Vargas next weekend. That should be interesting. We're gonna see what Jose can do. You know, this is a step-up fight for him. Jose Zepeda can knock you the fuck out, as we saw him do against Ivan Baranchyk, man. So it's some good boxing, really good boxing coming up. Devin, JoJo got made. I mean, shit, we getting spoiled. Us boxing fans are getting spoiled. And I think this is going to wake up a lot of the other fighters, and we're going to start getting even more fights made. I think the sanction bodies, even though they some assholes, they did a good job about cutting a lot of these belts and, you know, getting shit really moving. However, they need to get out of the way of certain situations like this welterweight situation. They need to get him out the way. Let Ugas and Spence fight. Let Ugas and Spence fight. Let Crawford and Porter let that smoke clear. And then we could get a unification. Because whoever go get the undisputed is not going to hold the belts long because the sanction fee is too damn high. They go get them belts and vacate them right away. That's the name of the game. Nobody wants to pay them sanction fees. That's ludicrous. Hey, you ain't lying, Nicholas Wilson. Shakur and Boots are probably two of the best guys. Yeah, bro. Like, generation. Like, I'll say this, and this may be controversial, but this is just how I see it. I see Shakur as the little Floyd. I see Tank as a little Mike. I see Boots as a little Roy. And who else? I'm trying to think what Dev. Dev was like Pretty Boy too, but Shakur looked like, man, the sharp. Salute to D Lucky for the super chat. He says, I think Shakur needs the killer instinct. He has the hurt and held back. He could have ended the fight 5 rounds. Yeah, he could have. But he probably held back, bro, probably for the obvious reasons, man. You know what I'm saying? For the obvious reasons. But I do think he do need to bring that killer instinct out against anybody else. Anybody else. You go out there to destroy them. Annihilate them. Don't hold back. You got the skill to do whatever you want to do. He said, Boots is a young Julian Jackson. You've been trolling all morning, Terry Smoot. He said, why not Bud and Ugas? Well, Spence didn't necessarily say who he wanted to fight, but he wants to fight a champion, man. He wants to fight for a title on his fight back. I need to fight for a title next. Tune-up fights are for those who are unsure of themselves. So he's letting people know that he's not really with his current situation. Is this dude really injured? Who knows? Who knows? But whatever the case, they're talking about trying to make something happen, but it seems like the sanction bodies are stopping it from happening. These guys are stopping it from happening. I mean, I wonder what's the agenda. Why not let us get this unified, undisputed welterweight champion? Why not in the four belt era? Why not let us get that? Because I think for the fans and for the fighters, realizing now that anything can happen, inside or outside the ring. And you got to strike while the iron's hot. Ugas wants to make something happen before, something like Stanionis happens. Ugas don't want to deal with Stanionis. Stanionis could possibly beat Ugas. And then there go his glory, his shot at, glory as a Cuban fighter. The first this, the first that for Eudenis Ugas. And they trying to make it harder for him. You know what I'm saying? He wants to try to go for Spence. He probably feels Spence best time to beat a guy like Spence is right now. Spence said, man, I ain't no punk. I'm ready for anybody. Bring the smoke. And he ready. But the Saints body said, nah. But it's also raises question, was Spence's injury legitimate? You know? It's a lot of shit that's going on in boxing. Got a lot to talk about. Thank you guys for stopping in. It's been a good stream today. Shakur Stevenson, man, who could beat him? You know, the kid looks phenomenal. Generational talent, that type of deal. Yeah, he's going to be a problem. Nightmare for anybody. I mean, how you going to beat something you can't hit? You know what I'm saying? That's going to hit you back. That's the razor sharp. That kid he's good. And Errol Spence, man, you know, he wants to come back and fight somebody tough. He wants to fight a champion. He didn't necessarily say who. We would assume it's Terrence Crawford and Dennis Ugas, or, you know, I don't know, you know, maybe Sean Porter, but you know, Spence is very mysterious and cryptic in a lot of ways. But yeah, man, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for stopping in. Hit that like button for your boy on your way out. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.